He's a very talented thrower of the football. I mean, it's obvious.
I saw somebody compare Shedeur Sanders to Angel Reese. How disrespectful. Clearly, I have a bit of a bias towards Shedeur Sanders, just because I enjoy the story. Again, I enjoy Deion Sanders, Shiloh Sanders. I enjoy the hullabaloo that was Colorado. Hey, that's a new word for you, hullabaloo. That was Colorado for the last 2 years. If you don't enjoy entertainment, then you might not enjoy the Deion Sanders, the Sanders regime, and everything they got going on. But that's why I speak about them so much. And in saying that, I think it's easy for y'all to just assume that I'm just going to come in here jumping up and down and crying and Shedeur Sanders as the clear QB1 after these first 2 days of OTAs. Now, if I'm not mistaken, today they're not going to be doing anything from OTAs. I will be traveling tomorrow when they're doing OTAs again, so I probably won't have a video out specifically talking about that until maybe Sunday or Saturday. But for as it stands right now, obviously you've seen the stats, you've seen Shador do pretty good with the limited amount of reps, and it has a lot of the Shador people or the Shador fans, the watch crew as they're calling them on Twitter, to be a little bit excited about that. So I kind of want to, like I usually do, and like y'all trust me to do, give you the kind of truth version of it. There's some good for Shador, there's some bad for Dillon, there's some bad for Shador, and there's some good for Dillon as well. I don't think it's just as cookie cutter, especially with no pads on, that Shador is heads and shoulders, knees and toes above Dillon Gabriel besides the actual height. Because again, they wouldn't have drafted him in the 3rd round if they didn't believe him. But right now, as it stands, I'll read off the stats to you. Again, this is 1 day of OTAs, no pads. Shedeur Sanders' stats are only on 7-on-7s, just to point that out. But Joe Flacco, 9 for 14 and a tutter, veteran stuff. Kenny Pickett, 9 for 16, no tutters, no interceptions. Dillon Gabriel, 11 for 16. Now, he did take, again, the most reps, and he completed more passes than Kenny Pickett. Just to point out 2 touchdowns, the second amount of most touchdowns, but 1 interception is the most amount of interceptions. And then, of course, Shedeur Sanders, 7 for 9, right? 3 tutters, no interception. What a lot of people are calling an absolute beautiful day. You got some Browns people saying, hey, how about you guys break the stats down between 7-on-7 drills, 11-on-11. Shedeur didn't take a single rep in 11s. So you guys are skewing all the numbers in this stupid chart. Where did Gabriel's touchdowns come from? Were they in 7s like Shedor's were? I wish people allowed at these practices would at least give adequate information to the rest of us. So people are clearly upset, that things seem to be skewed in one way. And look, I kind of addressed this in one of my other videos about the dude or the people on Twitter who are like purposely like overblowing Shedeur to like make fun of Shedeur people whenever they believe the false reporting that y'all are like. I don't understand. Y'all are making things up and then mad that people are believing in the things that y'all are making up. And then now we have it where people are so like enthralled with Shedeur that they'll just be pro Shedeur whenever they want to. Whenever it's convenient, they'll be pro Shedeur. So I don't know, but this is what happens. I'm trying to tell y'all, for all the people who want to troll Shedeur Sanders and do all this stuff, what you've created is the fact that when Shedeur does great, people are very excited. I don't know why y'all want to hate so much, but the more hate that y'all give and the more fake uptick that y'all give, y'all just giving them more more fuel to the fire. It's confusing. So let's look at Dillon Gabriel. Let's look at some football. Now, again, they're trying to get off the whole, the same thing that, the amount of zip Gabriel ball has undeniable. Now, the amount of zip that Dillon Gabriel has is undeniable. The ball comes out of his hand nice. It comes smooth. I'm not going to just be a silly guy and say that Dillon Gabriel doesn't have a chance, that Dillon Gabriel isn't an adequate quarterback. But we've gotten to the point of everyone just trying to out troll each other that now no one believes in the troll. Like, the troll don't work if everybody just believes everything. So now people honestly think Shedeur Sanders is like one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, or they just hate him because the stats are being posted, right? So we're gonna it's about to be a long offseason. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's a lot of trolls and counter trolls and things of that nature. As Dillon Gabriel right here, this is him getting his ball batted down right there. As you can see, I'll probably have this plan at the beginning too. And again, Shedeur Sanders didn't get any 11-on-11 reps. Now, I would argue like, hey, why isn't Shedeur Sanders getting any 11-on-11 reps? Because to be my bias and show my Shedeur Sanders bias, what this stat shows me is that Shedeur maximized all of his abilities on 7-on-7s. I get what you're saying here, that, hey, Dillon had more 11-on-11 reps. Okay, cool. But did he have 7-on-7 reps? Did he have no 7-on-7 reps? Because if he didn't and only had 2 touchdowns, it's, first of all, that's still a great day. That's still a nice day at the yard, right? He did get an entire, what is that, 7 more throws of the ball. So like that's going to skew things as well. So like, I don't think that we can just sit here and crown Shedeur the number 1 guy, but I do think, and obviously people are a little bit upset. People are going to think this means something. Colin Cowherd, who is in he's in everywhere. Oh, y'all mad that they're tracking this, but if Shedeur's stats were trash, I'm sure this would be used to clown him. Now that's, again, that's the point I'm going to continue to make to y'all. The more that y'all try to get y'all jokes off, the more that y'all try to, whether it's overblowing him or if it's underplaying him or trying to do it, dog, don't get mad. Don't get mad when the rabbit got the gun now. We're keeping stats and OTAs now. This is stupid. Shedeur getting cut in the next few weeks. Man, is y'all serious? Ain't no way y'all are keeping tracks of non-padded practice stats. And then, of course, people are saying Sanders is clearly the best. But no, this one right here, dog, this is the thing. Is this dumb that they're tracking OTA? Yes, it's dumb that they're tracking OTA stats. There's no pads. It don't mean nothing. It does not. But the way that y'all have covered Shedeur on both sides, this is the media's fault, and this is y'all's fault. This is y'all's fault for having all the jokes and whatever, and he's falling, he's an arrogant, y'all keep inflating it, dog. I saw somebody compare Shedeur Sanders to Angel Reese. How disrespectful. How disrespectful, dog. That don't no, man. Shedeur is a rookie trying to earn his name. Angel Reese is a national champion. She got her own little situation with the rebounds and the whatever, but even to try to compare those things, because what I will also say is Angel Reese also be antagonizing. Like let's be real. Angel Reese is outspoken, which nothing wrong with being outspoken. I think the way that people talk about she should be outspoken. But don't make it the Shedeur thing, because Shedeur continues to, again, he debunked the lies. Y'all said he's buying Rolls Royces. Y'all said he was this and y'all that. You know, it was a problem for him wearing the chain. It's everything Shedeur does is a problem, but he is genuinely just out the way. There he is, enjoying a little Kenny Pickett action there. Seems like they're meshing. Seems like they're bouncing off of each other, right? But man, with all that being said, when you see how good he's been operating, when you see that, oh wow, he can actually play football. Little breakup on the ball there. A little breakup on the ball. Okay, had a nice pass breakup. There he is over the middle too. I didn't know this is extra film. I hadn't seen some of these angles, so this is good. This is some good stuff. Hey, labbing with Kenny now. In the lab with Kenny. And we talked about this in the other video. It seems that, you know, the quarterback room really accepts them. And that goes back to my point of like, why are y'all trying to make the joke? I guess y'all are just mad that people like Shedeur, because again, Shedeur doesn't say mean things to people. He doesn't rub people the wrong way. Every single time someone has something to say about Shedeur and they put their name on it, it's positive. And not just on the football aspect, but also in the fact that, hey, he's a joy to be around. We heard that. We heard that from Felicity and Kenny Pickett, that, hey, he's making them laugh, making them smile, making them have a good time. So I don't understand where we sit at the point of wanting to force this negativity so much to the point. I mean, here are more Cleveland sports fan, 92.3 The Fan. They're starting to turn around too. Like they're saying the obvious at this point.
He's a very talented thrower of the football. I mean, it's obvious. So what do you learn in rookie minicamp? Not a lot. What really of consequence comes from day one or day two, I guess, of OTAs, day one we get to watch? Probably next to nothing. But when you just watch him on a practice field, he's a very gifted thrower of the football. Just, you know, accuracy, timing, things like that. So if he can put it all together, then I really believe that he has a chance. But I don't think we should jump to conclusions anyway. At this point, we want to, right? And today there was a lot of excitement, and there will be next Wednesday, I think, is the day that we're out there. But it really is the infant stages. This is like getting excited about the second day of spring training. when there's 162 ahead. So it doesn't, the Browns don't play 162. Some years it feels like they do, last year being one of them. But this is the story, right, of the Browns, the quarterback competition. This is one of the stories of the NFL, and Shedeur is a part of that. And I think at some point, not this September, to be very clear, but I think at some point this kid has a chance to be an NFL quarterback. I really do.
Okay. Again, so that is what the insiders are saying. Browns people coming into these networks are saying. And the only reason why I want to focus on that, right, and focus on this entire perspective that's been built, right, is again from not the inception, but since the draft, and I was even telling y'all about this, like, don't be surprised that people are gonna go so hard and be so overanalyzed, because y'all sat there and tried to lie. Y'all tried to lie and say Shedeur Sanders didn't have talent. Now, go watch my videos. I've been consistent. I thought he was second to first round talent. Late first round, I'm okay with. It's a bad quarterback class. He's limited mostly in his physical traits, and some of the tape showed some bad tendencies. See, that's how you are constructive in your criticism. Not to just say, oh, well, clearly he's a fifth-round talent. Clearly he did all the terrible things. Clearly he X, Y, Z. It's not. He's a prolific passer. He had ranks in the Heisman record. Like, we're not just talking about some bum. So y'all talked about him like he was a bum, right? When he fell, when he did it, y'all got the jokes off. Y'all were ready to get the jokes off if he would have went high, and then y'all could have really made some jokes. But now that he really has nothing to lose, now that he's in the situation of quote unquote humbled, right? Now that we're multiple weeks away and nothing but positive things have came out surrounding Shedeur. And I think the thing that's the most, not jarring, but most interesting is to see how, like, seemingly confused these people, like, if it really feels like people are genuinely shocked. Like, people are genuinely shocked. Like, wow, he's a good thrower of the football. It's like, yeah, that I thought y'all were watching football games. Were y'all not watching football games? Or were y'all, watching clips on YouTube? Were y'all watching snippets on Twitter? Were you not watching those? Because, hey, Colorado games are exciting, dog. Hey, Colorado games go crazy. Were you watching those Colorado games? Were you watching the snaps of Shedeur Sanders? I implore you. Look, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to get everything right. But my problem with a lot of y'all people who are so passionate, the most passionate, loudest opinions come from people that don't know nothing. And I know y'all don't know nothing because y'all were trying to tell me that Shedeur Sanders can't throw the ball. The arm's too weak for the NFL level. He doesn't do anything great. He should go to the CFL. When y'all ran out of the same three recycled things that Rico Knows told you, then you start bringing up how terrible the interviews were. He can't read a defense. All of that sounds insane to someone who watched him play from Jackson State. I'm just saying. And I haven't forgot the fact that y'all hide them Jackson State. Oh yeah, y'all seem to hide that. But I get it. Y'all don't respect HBCU football. I'm gonna stop yapping. Shedeur Sanders has made a large claim for QB1, and it doesn't go to just what he's doing on the field. I just wanted to point that out. I wanted to point out that there is a separation, and the more that y'all mediaize or the more that y'all hyper-scrutinize Shedeur, you're going to get hyper-scrutiny for Dillon Gabriel too. Every pick he throws, every underthrows, every time he looks small, y'all are bringing it upon yourself. So, Merry Christmas. I'm happy to all the people who are surprised that Shedeur Sanders can throw a football. But also, we can't overblow it, right? Shedeur Sanders FC, look, guys, take it down a notch, right? Psych, nah, man, double it down on these boys, man. If I was a Shedeur, if you were a Shedeur Sanders, real, like, you know what I'm saying, you really in there, I say run it up on them. I say go crazy. I say spam inboxes. I say spread the good word of the wristwatch. What do you call them? The embassy? The wristwatch coalition. Do it, dog. Put it in their face. I'm talking in it. Yeah, I watch a TikToker too. Anyway, y'all be phenomenal. I'm going to stop yapping. Do you think Shedeur Sanders can be QB1 at some point? Do you think Shedeur Sanders can be a QB1 for another team? Let me know down below in the comments. Please like this video if you like it. Dislike the video if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy foosball content of all shapes and sizes. Do not forget to let me know who your NFL team and your college football team is down below in the comments too. The season is under 100 days away, and that's when the fun stuff starts. So I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. Like it if you already said all that. Keep being great. We'll see you next time. Peace.